What's up, YouTube, man? I'm back with another video, back with another daily upload. And today I want to talk about how your thoughts are text messages. The reason why I want to talk about this is because this been on my mind all day, because I've finally come to the understanding that our thoughts are given to us. We receive thoughts just like we receive text messages. And we do not have to respond to all these thoughts, just like we don't respond to all these text messages. Because I'm sure you get text messages out of the blue, and some of the text messages that you get, you don't respond to. Some of the people that text you, you don't respond to. Some of the people that text you, you leave on read or you leave on delivered. It's the same way with your thoughts. You can leave some of your thoughts on read. You can leave some of your you can leave some of your thoughts on delivered. My ADHD starting to kick in, but let me calm down. Like I was saying though, not all thoughts create your reality. And I had to learn that, because you're going to think thoughts every day. If every thought that we think, how you say it? If every thought that we think every day came true, you know how much retarded shit would be happening in our lives? Because half of your thoughts don't even make sense. And I had to prove myself that half of my thoughts didn't make sense by just sitting in silence. Like literally just sit in a room full of silence for at least 5 minutes. I'm not finna tell you to sit in there for an hour or more. If you're not trained to do it, if you haven't perfected sitting with yourself, I'm not finna tell you to do something for a longer period of time. It takes practice. But sit in the room for 5 minutes and just hear your thoughts. See, a lot of people are afraid to hear their thoughts, and I do not know why. But then again, I do know why, because I used to be afraid to hear my thoughts, because it was like, I just didn't want to face my trauma. I didn't want to face the things that I was going through. And I'm pretty sure a lot of thoughts that we have that's in the back of our mind stems from our early childhood years and the things that we think about when it comes to reality. And a lot of times we don't want to face these thoughts. But at the same time, the more that we don't face these negative thoughts and we don't let these thoughts out and we don't hear our thoughts, the more that these thoughts are going to permeate in our mind. And then you wondering why some of the things that's happening in your reality is happening, because some of the thoughts that you was thinking about is happening in your reality, because there are certain thoughts with emotion that sticks to your subconscious mind. See, these are the thoughts that's in your subconscious mind. These are the thoughts that you need to really sit with, that you need to really understand, that you need to really be strategic with. Because it's a lot of thoughts that's permeated in your subconscious mind, and you don't even understand, or you don't even know, or you just don't know that they're in the back of your mind. It's a lot of events and a lot of situations that's replaying in the back of your mind. And this is why you just need to sit with yourself and allow it to just flow out. Just allow it to just flow. Allow it to just pass. Change your perspective on a lot of things. And this is when they say you just got to change your perspective. You can change your perspective at any time. Because it's like when we get certain type of emotions, we associate a certain feeling with a certain type of emotion. And then that's when we have a certain type of thought. But then again, you do not have to have a certain type of thought with a certain type of emotion. This is where awareness kicks in. You need to understand that not all that negative emotions aren't bad. You need to understand that negative emotions are good and positive emotions are great emotions. And that's when I changed my perspective. Instead of saying I have negative emotions, I say I have good emotions. And instead of saying negative and positive, because they're all one. Everything in this reality is one. But we live in a physical 3D plane to where everything feels like it's different. There is no difference with nothing. There is no difference with nobody. Everything is one. Negative emotions are positive emotions. Positive emotions can be negative emotions. Because look at it like this. You could be in a negative situation, but you can still think positive. You could be in a positive situation, but you still think negative. You could create something negative out of positive, and you could create something positive out of a negative. So it's all one. It's all one feeling. So whenever you get a negative emotion, I want you to start understanding that you can associate something positive to it. You do not have to respond to the negative thoughts that come to your mind. You need to learn how to be silent. This is where silence comes in. And I'm not telling you to be a damn robot and walk around just, I'm telling you that in certain events, when certain things happen, you have to learn how to not react. You have to learn how to not react to those certain type of thoughts. You have to let those thoughts pass. It's just like when you get a text message and you don't react to that certain type of text message. But when you get a text message that you like, you react to it, you say something to it. It's the same way. You can pick and choose what thoughts you wanna react to. You can pick and choose what thoughts you want to form in your mind. It's all about strategizing. It's all about being strategic with your thoughts. Because some of the thoughts that you be strategic with can permeate your subconscious mind, and you can see it in your reality. And I'm starting to see a lot of change in my reality with the things that I've been changing, with my perspective change, and I see it now. And I'm just like, you know what? This whole time when I was thinking negative and having these negative thoughts, I didn't understand that I didn't have to respond to these thoughts. I didn't understand that I didn't have to say anything to these thoughts. And I could stay silent, and I can allow the thoughts to pass, and I can allow the emotions to pass. Because sometimes even when you feel these negative emotions, you can allow it to pass. You don't have to react to it. Yes, you don't have to react to it. And I'm sure you've had instant what the hell did I even get instant? I'm sure you had situations where you felt some type of way. You felt sad, mad, angry, and you just got quiet and you didn't say anything. You just allowed it to pass, or you found something else to do. It's the same way, but you just conscious with it. You got to be conscious with it. That's where the awareness kicks in. You got to be conscious. You got to know when these thoughts come up, or you got to know when these negative emotions come up, because you got to understand that you're going to feel these emotions. That's just the way of the universe. There's always going to be an up and there's always going to be a down. But an up and a down is the same, because it's all one. It all leads to one path. It all leads to one desire. It all leads to one reality. And that's how you got to see life. Everything that's happening in your life is right, because everything is all leading to one path. So all thoughts and all emotions are leading to one path. But not all thoughts you have to respond to. Not all emotions you have to, not respond. You should respond. And I'm going to talk about that in another video, how to respond to your thoughts. But not all thoughts you should react to. Not all emotions you should react to. Because you reacting to these emotions is showing that you're not aware of how you can use these emotions to your advantage. Because you can use these emotions to your advantage. And I'm going to make a video on that too. But I just want to open up about thoughts. Texting. Like, thoughts can be text messages and you don't have to respond to these thoughts. But I'll go in depth in more videos about this, because, I don't want to talk too much. I don't like making my videos long. I might make a long ass video one day. But anyways, that's it for the video today, man. That's just what I wanted to talk about. Came to my mind, so I just wanted to talk about it. I don't plan my videos. Like, I literally don't be planning these videos. Like, I just pull up to the park and I just be like, I'm gonna talk about this. This is on my mind. And boom, I just start talking about it. And whatever comes out of my mouth, pause. Whatever float. All right, that's it for the video. I hope y'all having a blessed day, blessed night, man. Drink y'all water, staying safe, staying hydrated, man. Hey, give me a fist bump. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.